Greetings, everyone. This is me, Zara Berserk again. Uh, left in my previous live stream, ayat 120 of Surah Tauba. Sorry, I just want to see if I can. Okay, the sound is good. So, thank God. Uh, Surah Tauba ayat 120, haven't really closely examined it. Why there's a mistake, there's something seems to be missing there. So I'm going to go to Surah Tauba. Sorry for this funny uh, tab. Now here we're going to look at different translations of Surah Tauba. Seems to be some mistake here, some problem, गड़बड़ इधर लगती है सूरह तौबा सूरह बारात की आयत 120 में 120 में के सो माफ़ करना वो मुझे थोड़ा इंग्लिश में बात करना पड़ेगा तो थोड़ा उर्दू में कभी हम बात करते हैं तो ये इंग्लिश में लेकिन मैं इसको ट्रांसलेट करके आपको बताती हूँ अच्छा इधर तो आगे दैट एंगर्स द डिसबिलीवर ये जो यथरिब के है ना लोग ये बहुत अच्छे थे कहते हैं कि ना दे डिड नॉट अफ्लिक्ट हाँ इधर तो खैर खुदा अल्लाह अल्लाह पाक के लिए तो ये लोग अल्लाह ताला के करने को दे आर नॉट डूइंग एनीथिंग फॉर गॉड नीदर डू दे सफ़र थर्स्ट ना प्यास ना ना फटीक थकन ना हंगर इन द वे ऑफ अल्लाह एंड स्टेप भी नहीं लेते हैं कि डिसबिलीवर्स को गुस्सा आ जाए they do not take any step that the disbelievers would get angry they inflict on an enemy an infliction अच्छा इधर अब तो फिर ये कैसे इन्फ्लिक्ट करते हैं एनिमी पे right how do they inflict upon an enemy an infliction except is recorded for them in it तो ये मुझे समझ में नहीं आया ये पार्ट मैं कोशिश कर रही थी बहुत समझे ऐसा समझने की लेकिन मुझे कुछ ये पार्ट समझ में नहीं आया लेकिन ऊपर वाला पार्ट समझ में आया कि ये ना प्यास के ना भूख ना थकन के लिए अल्लाह की राह में नहीं जाते हैं ऐसा कोई स्टेप भी नहीं लेते हैं कि काफिरों को गुस्सा आ जाए राइट लेकिन इधर लिखा है कि दे इन्फ्लिक्ट अगर यानी कुछ हार्म इन्फ्लिक्ट करते हैं ऑन एन एनिमी दुश्मनों पे तो वो अपने बुक्स में इनकी किताबों में रिकॉर्ड हो जाता है इनके अमाल राइट एंड इंडीड और फिर खुदा कह रहे इधर के सालेहीन के जो अमल sorry amal hai deeds of the righteous salihun will not be lost and the muhsinin will be rewarded good doers will certainly be rewarded for their good deeds so I had to draw an inference from this that you know kuch ये किधर और की आयत है यहाँ तो हाँ ज़्यादातर तो जूस के बारे में है यथरिब के जो लोग और मुसलमान बन गए थे शायद आई मीन जस्ट लाइक दैट मदीना पीपल ऑफ मदीना तो वो ना रसूलुल्लाह को हेल्प करते हैं बदुअन्स भी नहीं करते हैं अराबी अल अराबी खालिद गाना याद आ रहा है अल अरबी तो ये बदुअन्स जो हैं दे रिमेन बिहाइंड, यानी इन्होंने मदद नहीं की द मैसेंजर ऑफ अल्लाह को. They did not help the messenger of Allah. And then okay, we understand that the people of Medina and the Bedouins remained behind, पीछे रह गए थे, और did not help, मदद नहीं की अल्लाह के मैसेंजर को, did not help the messenger of Allah. And they prefer their lives. They prefer their lives to his life. That is because they do not, because they do not afflict them thirst, not fatigue, not hunger, in the way of Allah. इनको ना भूख लगती है, ना थर्स्ट लगती है अल्लाह के वे में. तो ये है कि ये तो बड़े अच्छे लोग हैं, राइट. आई मीन ऐसा लिखा है कि हाँ अल्लाह के सबील अल्लाह, हाँ अल्लाह के वे में इनको ना भूख लगती है, ना प्यास लगती है, ना थकान होती है, और ये ऐसा स्टेप लेते ही नहीं हैं जैसे इस्माइली इमाम कितने पीसफुल, इस्माइलीज कितने पीसफुल हैं. So you can take the example that I'm giving of the Ismaili Shias. They are also from Islam. They consider themselves Muslims, but they call themselves Ismailis. तो शायद ये भी नहीं है कि पता नहीं अरबिक में, लेकिन जो भी जैसा भी हो इस तरफ on this side fatigue, nor do they यानी शायद ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि they do not ऐसा नहीं है शायद. Okay, maybe there is a misunderstanding when we read this ayat, because ये misunderstanding ही करने के लिए आयत लिखी गई है. ये थोड़ा बदल के किसने लिखी है, तभी इसमें प्रॉब्लम आ रहा है. बिकॉज एंड में तो ये लिखा है कि ऐसे लोगों के सालेहीन और महसनीन लोगों के डीड्स तो अल्लाह रिकॉर्ड करता है, और इनके रिवॉर्ड कभी भी ज़ाया नहीं होगा. इनको अपने अच्छे अमल के मिल जाएगा, रिवॉर्ड मिल जाएगा, अजर मिल जाएगा. They will get the reward, right? So please open your Quran if this screen does not focus. तो ये मैंने डिफरेंट ट्रांसलेशंस देखी, पता नहीं क्या क्या इधर. You can have a look at Muhammad Taqiyuddin Al-Hilali and Muhammad Mohsen Khan, then Yusuf Ali, Sahih International. Okay, let me be able to say this properly. देखें, अल्लाह कह रहा है कि ये लोग यानी ना चाह रहा है ये वर्स कहने के लिए आयत कि ये लोग स्टेप ही नहीं उठाते हैं, ये लोग ये भूख के लिए नहीं जाते हैं, ये लोग हेल्प नहीं करते हैं, मैसेंजर ऑफ अल्लाह को हेल्प नहीं किया ना. यू नो जैसे अगर कोई कहे कि गर्मी में बाहर निकलो, मैसेंजर ऑफ अल्लाह कहे ना, जैसे एक आयत है कि हीट, लाइक वो उन्होंने कहा कि हीट है, इट्स दिस हीट आउटसाइड, डोंट गो टू फाइट एंड दैट यू विल बी किल्ड, सो डोंट फाइट. अगर आप लोग हम if you had listened to us, then you would not, your people would not have been killed and you would not have been killed. आले इमरान की आयत है. एक तो ऐसा है, एक हीट की भी आयत है. तो कुछ मुझे सही नहीं लगा इधर, और फिर तो इसलिए मैंने अपना थोड़ा ये देखिए ये कैसा डिसेप्टिव आयत है, इन्होंने चेंज करके किसी ने लिखी है. पीपल ऑफ यथरिब यानी मदीना. तो खैर, और रसूलुल्लाह जब When he stepped into Medina, Yathrib, he changed it, right, to Medina. But I still want to call them the people of Medina and not what this ayat has called them, and the Baduans. तो ये गौर करके क्लोजली एग्जामिन करें, तो फिर ना इसी के मुझे लगता है कि हाँ, एक आए थे, नंगा लाल आया था, कह रहा था कि शियाओं पे बहुत जुल्म हुआ है। तो देखिए, अगर आप अपने आप पे, यानी मैंने ये आयत दिखाई ना उनको कि नहीं, शियाओं पे जुल्म नहीं हुआ है, इधर तो लिखा है कि यू हैव टू स्ट्राइव इन द कॉज ऑफ अल्लाह। तो एक तो अगर हाँ, कुछ एक्सट्रीमिस्ट मुस्लिम्स जो अपने आप को कहते हैं सो कॉल्ड मुस्लिम्स, उन्होंने बहुत जेनोसाइड और परसिक्यूशन भी शियाओं का किया है। they've persecuted Shias and all this. तो वो तो है, वो उसका तो आई कैन नॉट से एट ऑल। बट मैं इतने उसमें थी ना कि आप देखें, इसका ये मतलब नहीं है कि आई डोंट केयर फॉर यू पीपल, लेकिन क्यों अपने आप पे जुल्म करो? एक तो अगर आप शिया भी नहीं होते और मुसलमान होते सिर्फ, और मोमिन, मोमिन तो आप हैं ही, बिकॉज आप शिया हैं, आप अपने आप को मोमिन कहते हैं। So the thing is that why do zulm on yourselves? Strive in the cause of Allah. When there's an ayat here which says कि कौन सी आयत है? सूरह मैदा की आयत 66 से, had the people of the book observed, ये people अहले किताब के बारे में कह रहे हैं कि अगर वो तौरा और इंजील को रखते, आई मीन उनके साथ ऑब्जर्व करते, and all that had been revealed to them from the Lord, या आगे मैसेंजर का भी है अब इस्लाम, लेकिन ये इधर ठहर जाए ना, तोहरा और गॉस्पेल भी अगर sincerely observe करते, sustenance would have been showered over them from above and risen from beneath their feet. Some among them certainly keep to the right path, but many of them do things which are evil. तो यानी sustenance इनके रीच में होता, पैरों के नीचे होता, हाथों के रीच में होता, इतना होता abundance, अल्लाह ने जो abundance दिया है ना, वो होता तो आपको कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है कि आप स्ट्राइव करें इन द वे ऑफ अल्लाह। जैसे सूरह तौबा में कहा 19 में इनके अगेंस्ट पॉलिटिक्स, हैव यू मेड द प्रोवाइडिंग ऑफ वाटर फॉर द पिलग्रिम and the maintenance of al-Masjid al-Haram equal to the deeds of one who believes in Allah and the last day. And now this is important, very important for this, and strives in the cause of Allah. तो आपको ज़रूरत ही नहीं है कि आप स्ट्राइव करें इन द कॉज ऑफ अल्लाह। हेलो आजा जी, सलाहुद्दीन, हेलो। So I hope you consider leaving Islam and don't do zulm on yourself. Stop doing zulm on yourself. It will be a great struggle. Surah Tawbah, ayat 19 says, and Allah does not guide the wrongdoing people. Wrongdoing meaning zalim log, people. So I hope you're good today. Yes, thank you. I'm okay. So just checking if the sound, there's no hissing. Hissing. So just checking if the no, sound. It's good. So yes, I just am okay today. Good, yes, good. Hope you are also good today, and that when you leave Islam, you will be great. I'm not the Satan. You see, this false prophet. So if you were worshipping Allah, the true Allah, not other than Allah, and the true messenger and guide, spiritual guide, like the Ismaili Shias. Sound is good, thank God. I went and bought another one. Uh, so, thank you for this. God bless you, Salahadi, and your family members much always. Ameen. So, hope you see this and that you do not have to struggle against the ego and yourselves when they have, I felt, when you don't have to, when you have a spiritual father with you who is taking care of your spiritual needs, and God, above all, has given us abundance, like Shakti Gawain wrote in her book, Creative Visualization. Like maybe for most probably, I think now 100% that these Bedouins and the people of Yathrib were enjoying the abundance that God has given them. You can see some Jews in America, London, living in peace and enjoying the many, many blessings that God has been showering on them. And, like that, prospering, prospering. So, this is all, but due to this false prophet, the Muslims have had to struggle and struggle and struggle. And even when I think the Jews of Europe in London, I had neighbors there, they realized something that you don't have to exert yourself so much, and their minds and everything was so blessed that they've been prospering, taking care of animals, very compassionate, caring people. And we can be like them, the Muslims. अच्छा तो ये क्या नई आयत है? The new ayat that I found here that I've put it. So I've put this 19. Where did I put it? Did you see? Maybe. Oh yes, the new ayat here added to my notes, which I keep mentioning. But now I want you to see Surah Tawbah ayat 19, and up there above 19, Surah Tawbah ayat 120. So noteworthy the mistakes I found here. We know this world is the prison of the believers and the paradise of the disbelievers. Acha, it does not have to be like this. I knew you would say something in preference to Muslims and believers. Salahuddin says Islam has all the good ethics. No, it doesn't. Okay, you see, Salahuddin, I showed you a very apparent, I've been showing people here very apparent contradiction in the ayats in the Quran. And the Ismaili Muslims, it's been paradise for them here. And they have been believers because Imamat, and if you take Islam through the Imamat side, you'll see that if our Imam was not in occultation, the 12 Imam, and was present like the Ismaili Imams, Ismaili's Imam, we would have been so happy. But it doesn't come out because he's told us it's been how many 600, 700 years Our Imam Mahdi is like 700 something years old. He doesn't come out because he says, "Oh, I'm going to be killed," and all this negativity nonsense. You see, there is, sorry to put it this way, but the Ismaili Imam is alive, and he's doing probably what the Jews of that time were doing, Yathrib Jews. And, excuse me, what do you pray in your kunut, in your obligatory 5 times prayers? Oh, let me remember. In this life and in the hereafter. What do you pray? Hasanatam, hasanatan. Wafil akhirati hasanatan. Yani, okay, that's for the end life. But in this life, give us good, oh Lord. You keep praying 5 times a day. In every rakat. What? Oh Lord, give me good in this life and in the hereafter. How, how much? How old are you? And how old have my. So, this is a dedication to those Muslims. My mother, I could not save because I felt she didn't have proper guidance. And then when we are tested, it's like you are saying here, we know this world, Salahuddin said, we know this world is the prison of the believers and the paradise of the disbelievers. And Imam Ali has said, the sweetness of this life is the bitterness of the next life, and the bitterness of the next life is the sweetness of this life. About ethics, Islam has all the good ethics. It is just a superficial garb, I tell you. I've contemplated on this. So, sometimes even shaitan comes in a very good ethics. Exalted Prophet Muhammad's behavior, okay, moral values were so exalted. Then he makes a mistake. Why does he practice that we are told in Surah Azab? A crude pagan polytheist practice of adopting son. It's senseless, it's this, it's that. You can see the criticisms by the Islamic scholars on that and the tafsirs, in the tafsirs. And then why does he, in Surah Tahrim, we are told, why does he break a law? And Allah asks him, why, O Prophet? O Prophet, why do you prohibit yourself from what Allah has made lawful for you, seeking to please the wives? And we see that those who go against Prophet Muhammad, annoy him, or vex him, what are they called? Hypocrites, disbelievers, zalim, transgressors. And they'll be punished in this life and in the hereafter. So, what kind of exalted moral character does he have? Prophet Muhammad. I haven't gone to the hadiths, Sunni hadiths. There's endless. I can tell you about his behavior. It's pathetic. It's abominable. It's abhorrible. You know, this is only in relation to the adopted son taking your lineage. Yes, so that he would not get the inheritance, and Prophet Muhammad would make his daughter Fatima the inheritor and give her all the money and take alms out of their wealth for them and pray for them. Surely your prayer is a source of security for them. So, are you with the hypocrites then? Salahuddin, and you are with the terrorists. Since in Surah Hashar ayats, you defend him, you say it's justifiable. You defend the the contradictory ayats. You go to the tafsirs, you send me to the hadiths. Seems like your ego is hanging on to this religion like anything. You see, a hypocrite does this. On one hand, in front, oh, why don't you see the good ayats, the good part of Islam? But has he left? He's he has his Allah tells us that these great people who used to give water to the pilgrims and maintain the Masjid al-Haram, it's not equal and they are zalimun. They are zalim, wrongdoing people, right? And how would you tell a hypocrite? Unless you are a hypocrite yourself and you want to follow this most greatest satanic hypocrite ever, prophet, false prophet, ever, right? So then that's why I keep saying I don't want discussions with you, but I'm giving you like I'm going beyond my this thing. I could go insane. Blue. I showed you the Quran ayats where they say, it says that if there were contradictions in this ayat, it would have been other than Allah. Now development has taken place here. Salahuddin is saying, wow. About what, Salahuddin? Thank you if you're uh, at least thank you for the wow for my work, right? Maybe if you're saying that, then this great Lord who really cared this time for people to save them and you Muslims also. So I'm just like your sister. Please take me like your sister who wants to save you, save the Muslims. I'm humanity's servant. So, okay, recent development. Look at who he's calling his Allah. It's his alter ego. It's Satan. And I tell you, there is no Satan other than what your minds can create. And be very careful. Don't create it. So I'm leading you to see that on one hand we can be evil people, and on the other hand we can be good people. I don't deny that. But not to blame the shaitan somewhere coming whispering. It's us. We can make this life paradise. We can make this life hell for ourselves and for others. Until you have this belief that we know this world is the prison of the believers and the paradise of the disbelievers, you see how he's trapped you. I feel really, really sad, sorry for you people. People like you, Salahuddin. And in your qunut, in your 5 times prayers, every rakat, I think, the first one, second one, third one, fourth one. Don't you raise your hand like us Shias do in the namaz, my former religion, and say, oh Lord, make this life good for me and the hereafter good for me, and save me from the fire of hell. Oh, Allah, oh my Lord. Subhana Rabbi. No, no. I have forgotten that kunut, the prayer. You have to raise your hands up. I think, I mean, for the Sunnis, I'm not sure, but we Shias, we have to raise our hands up and say, وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ حَسَنَةً وَقِنَا عَذَابَ النَّارِ. Now I've forgotten a part, the beginning part of it. So it's not only وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ حَسَنَةً, it's this life also. And so if you're saying this, see how it just, I'm not, it just angers, it hurts me deep. It is. And I keep hurting. So on one hand, you raise your hands in your obligatory prayers, every rakat, you say, "Oh Lord, make this life great, good, beautiful for me and the next world." And it's like God has not heard you. God keeps testing you moments, or Muslims, or whatever you may call yourselves. I mean, Muslims, Momin, and what's the other one? Friends of Allah, Party of Allah, Hezbollah. Or Shia of Nuh and Muslim of Abraham. Excuse me, yeah, just for a while. And nothing today is going to deter me. I'll keep going on. So I added this ayat together with Surah Tawbah ayats 120 and 19 for you to see. Muslims, please see this. You don't have to struggle and saying that, oh, life is a prison, God is testing us. God, if there are tests coming in your lives, but okay, maybe, God, the reality is very, very bitter, very traumatizing at times. But, you could take another way, not this false prophet's way. Maybe you have not learned. We could have peace, togetherness, unity, where we have been following the false prophet, and God has been giving us one crisis after another to make us realize. When will you realize? But you see, this mind, very, very tricky mind, it will tell you, no, no, God is testing us. But on the other hand, let me remind you again, I'm repeating myself and repeating myself, and I'll keep doing this until it reaches home to you people, Muslims. In Kunut, what do we pray? What is your point? Salahuddin, what is your point about these ayahs? These ones at hand, are you looking? Okay, the point here is that these, first of all, these Medinan people of Medina and the Bedouins who remained behind after the departure of Messenger of Allah, there are many points. So if you can listen to these points now, let's see what you come up with. So thank you for listening and reading them. So as I go along, or they prefer themselves over his self, right? That is because they are not afflicted by thirst or fatigue or hunger in the cause of Allah. Nor do they tread on any ground that enrages the disbelievers. So sorry if you didn't get my point. Did you get my point in my last live stream? I'll keep repeating myself. Something about this ayah says that here it says, okay, they don't suffer thirst, fatigue, hunger in the cause of Allah. They did not help the Messenger of Allah, but they were good people, it says. Nor do they inflict upon an enemy any infliction, but that it is registered for them as a righteous deed. Indeed, Allah does not allow to be lost the reward of the doers of good. It does not say Allah will punish them here. So this ayat made me realize that the Jews, if you have known imamat, like if you have the Caliph Rashidun, and if they are true guides, they will give you everything. You don't have to strive in the way of Allah. Struggle, struggle, struggle. And there's an ayat which says, Surah Meda at 66, had the people of the book observed the Torah and the gospel and all that had been revealed to them from their Lord, sustenance would have been showered over them from above. Now you just gave me something against this. What most Muslims who are, when they have trials and tests, problems, they say it's a test from Allah. You don't have to struggle in the way of Allah. If you observe, here it says the Torah and the Gospel and all that had been revealed to them from their Lord. Sustenance. You know what sustenance is? Provision, sustenance, facilities. Like UAE has given us facilities, made it easy for us here, right? Emiratis and expats and all this. And they even help out. My father said that his country is heaven compared to any, like it's heaven. It can't be compared to Pakistan in any way, you know? It's paradise. It's peaceful. The only thing is that we have the desert and they had to work on that. It's prospering. It's not, there's no cheating, no corruption, no, you know, theft by the Arabs. Sheikhs, they don't eat the money of the people. So if you have a good leader, good sheikh, good amir, this is what it should be. You don't have to struggle and struggle and struggle. At least our sheikhs would be what? Trying to facilitate life for us. If a problem comes, they will reach out. A financial problem, they will find a solution for that or give us you know, take us out of that financial problem. Salahuddin says, but you can't observe without any struggle. Surah Taha says, I have not sent down to you this, that thou shouldest be distressed. Right? What does that mean? If you want to struggle, you can struggle. Dr. Deepak Chopra said, effortlessness. If you read, I've read the 7 spiritual laws of success of Dr. Deepak Chopra, right? The book. So if you can help your fellow Muslims, if you can find that you can find an easy way for them, why not? Why struggle in the way of Allah? But you can't observe without any struggle. You can observe. This is, you see, the religion is the rules and laws. They make you struggle. They make your frontal lobe work, and mind. Then you see, I'll have to tell you about the mind and go into all this. I've contemplated my contemplations, right? There is, when you trust in Allah, then why do the Quran ayat say, trust in Allah, rely on Allah at times? There's this, the contentment comes. You don't have to struggle. Then there's this, it's when you love someone, if I didn't, let's say I didn't love someone, giving a glass of water to that person becomes, an effort. Like, oh, I have to try, but when you love someone, you see that moment, that giving of water to them is effortless. It's, there's no effort. If you knew how much God loves you and wants to give you everything in this world and in the hereafter, if that was your belief, if that's what you were told and conditioned and brought up, being told this, You would not have to struggle. God does not have to test you. Who is true and who is false? Love. And then you can just, effortlessly. You don't have to be tested if you are sincere. You see, then some people will turn out to be insincere. I've looked into hypocrisy too. This duality, in this duality, you will never be able to observe all the laws perfectly. Not even Prophet Muhammad could. In Surah Tahrim, Ayat 1. When his wife started to annoy him, as we are told as Shias, he had to break the law of Allah, which he gave to the believers in Surah Maida, Ayat 87. It is an order of Allah, O believers, to the believers. O believers, do not make lawful the good things which Allah has made lawful for you, and do not transgress. If this means if you do this, you would be transgressing. So why transgress? Meaning, you're doing harm to yourself. By doing this, you're not allowing the abundance of God to reach you. You're blocking the what God has allowed you. Even the laws that are very strict, but God has allowed you the good things. So why do you have to, forbid yourselves? Refrain from it. When God has made it easy for you, even through mutta, for the Shias, for the men, when they feel a fear and through fasting also they can't control themselves and they're not with the wives. At that time, they're traveling somewhere. They have to do mutta. And it's healthy. They say it's very unhealthy to control yourself and all this for the men, married men, right? Married men, sorry. So this, and it can go on, and you don't know that you are confused, but you feel that you are so sure about your religion. How come? In other ways, God has made it so easy for you. Surah Allah. We will make it easy for you, the easy way. And so you will remember. But why can't every act of yours be blessed? And when Rasulullah came as a mercy, now what do we need? All the blessings of Allah, angels sent blessings. Where are those blessings? Sit and enjoy them. I'm not saying like, you know what I mean? You know what? It's like a saying in Urdu. I will apologize, but like, be just. You don't have to now be struggling with yourselves. Let's say if my mother was alive and she couldn't walk, and I'm telling her that no, you have to struggle. I won't make it easy for you. We won't get you a wheelchair or anything. It's a test from God. You lost your legs. It's a test from God. Would that be, I mean, wouldn't I be cruel? Wouldn't it be unfair to do this to my mother when you have a wheelchair? When even I could search for a healer to heal her? But let's say something is, oh, whatever has happened, I believe in a miraculous God. But, until He gives us the miracle, let's get the wheelchair for her. So, through these ayats, I'm trying to show that this is, you don't have to do zulm on yourselves to strive in the cause of Allah, feeling thirst, fatigue, hunger. If ever it happens. In rare cases where there is no mercy of Allah sent, where there's no mercy inside of you, you have deprived yourself of it. And why do even people, there are people who are lost. Jesus Christ said, my lost fish, or sheep, my lost sheep. So when you find the Messiah, in yourself a guide, like, I don't know how to say this. You see, you do not have to work hard now. These Jews had their imams. You do not have to be tested. Are you a believer? Are you, you'll, hypocrisy. Jiddu Krishnamurti tells us what is taught. And, we're in time. So by becoming, and not realizing the being, you could be struggling, and there's a distance between the thought and the action and the becoming. In time, you will fall short. You'll be struggling. You may come close to it, but still fall short of some things. So if we can find a way where people don't have to struggle, you see, all this hypocrisy and this comes in. Then, if you're becoming, so he, in a very, how shall I say, wise way, showed to the people, Jiddu Krishnamurti, excuse me, that you don't have to do this hypocrisy and this. Then all the problems come up. So we want to free men, people, from the clutches of time and their minds. And all this then would not make sense. This Quran and all this. Good. Freedom is your birthright. Where has man gone wrong? This I used to wonder. What have we missed? So my point is, if you leave this religion, find, if let's maybe find the guide in yourself, find the abundance in yourself. You don't have to struggle. It will be so. Then you see, we have in Shia Islam these duas, and it's never ending. I'm telling you, this is never ending. Dua Yamani, and all the time. Thursday night, Dua Kumail. Tuesday, Wasila. We Dua Tawassul for Tuesdays. Then we have on Thursday night, Dua Kumail. Okay, they say humble, 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 humble. I just had enough of this. Dua all the time. You are feeling like a sinner, you know. This is an Alawite and a Shia 12er dua. You can observe the observer, the great witness, without any struggle. The struggle that you are doing, Jiddu Krishnamurti showed us that we are doing zulm on ourselves. We are so, so, so ignorant. Sorry, I just get passionate about this. You see here now these people, Shias, his, his supplication for removing troubles. Up moment, you are a moment. Why do you should thank God, thank God, thank you, God. You've given me trouble. troubles. They say, I love you, I love you, I still adore you, I still worship you, I still do this, I still do that. Then why this supplication for removing troubles? Dua Dua Yaman, known as Dua Yamani, in the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Oh Allah, you are the Master of the universe. There is no God except you, and I am your believer. I have oppressed myself. No one has oppressed him, but he has oppressed himself. And does God like zulm? No. God, oh, where's my, oh, God doesn't like zulm. What did he say? What have I been telling you? I've been showing you, and Muslims come here so that, very this thing. What is this? Don't remind me. It makes my blood boil. I'm not too good at this. So just going to somewhere else. Now you see this Quran ayat. When the angels, what is the number? Here. Where's my other? Where did I? I'm not angry. It's just my style. I'm struggling. I, this is terrible. Where's that? Okay, maybe I won't find it. Here. Come on, quick. Tab. I'm asking the tab. So we have here when the angels when the angels when the my hand has not set here. When the angels take the souls, they ask, what was your position on earth? Quran ayat. Please give it to me. Surah Nisa. When the angels take the souls of those who have wronged themselves. Surah Nisa ayat 97, I found it, thank God. Now look at this. Accepting zulm on yourself is also zulm. You will be thrown in hell. So read Jiddu Krishnamurti. Don't do it on yourself, on your nafs. This whole roundabout manner, I have been confused. I could not comb it out as a Shia even. With that eloquence, Imam Ali's mind and all this, the intellect. That is so great, we are told in Al-Khafi. And that you have to use reason. In Surah Yunus, ayat 100, we are told, otherwise God would put abomination on you. So indeed, those whom the angels take in death while while wronging themselves, the angels will say, in what condition were you? They will say, we were oppressed in the land. Paradise here, please. If you're going to come here and tell me all Muslims you represent and you're misguiding them like they have been misguided by this prophet, I cannot take it. Sorry, Salahuddin. This is not a debate. This is not a discussion. This is now caringly looking. Those who care to see the light of Allah, those who care to see their own light in this world. Here we are saving Muslims now. We don't want to misguide Muslims. So that's why I get angry. How many Muslims are you representing? And how many are you going to be misguiding as they are misguided? And how many punishments would be made? And I have to tell UAE and appeal to Saudi Arabia, stop the punishments. This is a false, because it is now on me. Responsibility. And I'm here to show them humbly, for to care, caring. I've seen the truth. Why not? Why shouldn't I give it to them? That please stop executions and cutting off of hands and this and that, thinking Islam has given us the best ethics and the best way of. Imam Ali said to punish the evildoer. You know, the best way to punish an evildoer is to do good to the one he's done evil on, to reward handsomely the one he's done evil on, harmed. That's the best punishment, Imam Ali has said. Najil Balagha, or somewhere. Maybe I read it in a Dawn newspaper. In Karachi, it comes every day. A quote from Imam Ali comes in that Pakistani Dawn newspaper. No, or maybe it was in Najil Balagha. The best way to punish an evildoer is to handsomely reward the good doer. Right? So, Muslims, why don't you get together and reward each other and give freely and take freely from each other? Since you feel this person, uh, this person, or shaitan, or that, दुनिया जुल्म कर रही है हम पे. दुनिया में तो मोमिन अगर really, my aunt told me, if 40 दिन में अगर मोमिन के दिल में कुछ ऐसा depression, you know, गम नहीं आए. If you can understand my Urdu, or if you can understand Urdu, तो वो मोमिन नहीं है. फिर उसको he has to see that what have I done wrong, कि मुझे इधर कोई sorrow नहीं आया है. I haven't gotten a sorrow here. What's this? I have an image of a man here. My God, in my dustbin, plastic. So you see, मोमिन के दिल में 40 दिन अगर grief नहीं आए, sorrow नहीं आए, then there's something wrong. It can't be. Then that person is not a moment. अभी आप देखें इधर. See here. Indeed, those whom the angels take in death while wronging themselves, the angels will say, in what condition were you? They will say, we were oppressed. Just bringing my... We were oppressed in the land. The angels will say, was not the earth of Allah spacious enough for you to emigrate therein? For those, their refuge is hell, and evil it is a destination. तो अगर आपको कोई इधर prison लगता है, prison believers, then you are not believed. Then something is oppressing you. Go to another land. Do hijrat. Emigrate. Migrate. Move. इसलिए कि इधर पैराडाइज होनी चाहिए. जुल्म जरा भी नहीं होगा तो फिर क्या होगा? What will it be? If there is no wrongdoing on the people, no oppression. So Salahuddin, please, these statements make my blood boil. Some Muslims, most Muslims, on one hand this, on the other hand this, on the other hand. So no, this cannot be under discussion. You have to take care. I have to see that you care for the people. enough to see this. So we can make this world into paradise. Okay. So this is why I'm doing this. And there's another ayat that those who stand for justice, they were killed. God knows if they were believers, someone like us, ex-Muslims, apostates, wrongly killed because in us we felt that no, we have to leave this religion. This religion is a zalim's religion. It's got contradictory ayats and it has confused you and yet it says it has given you faith. Taslima. Surah Nisa 65. If you do not make this false prophet a judge and completely surrender to him, not to Allah, on the judgments he gives, taslima, you can never be a believer. And then I've proven, and even you can watch Dr. David Wood, his video with Sira International Al Fadi. He's not the kind of prophet that you should be submitting your will to completely. He's deciding for you. And God has asked him in Surah Tahrim, O Prophet, why do you prohibit yourself? Istorepe, on that, he started to prohibit himself. Two wives harassing him or what? And then Allah is his helper. More and Jibrail, and moreover the righteous among the believers, and moreover angels will come and assist him. It's like hell has broken loose for him. There's an army of shaitan, army from God knows where have come. That now after he's forbidden himself, what Allah had made lawful for him. I mean, who in their right mind, once you understand these verses, and then you see, then you'll be reading Dua Yamani. Oh Allah, please forgive me if I have done, maybe somewhere inside, somewhere outside, I did zulm on my nafs. And this Imam Sajjad, okay, I'll tell you from my Shia, वो सैयद दे सज्जाद हैं और जुल्म की सैयद सज्जाद हैं और जुल्म की जंजीर chains. Sayyid Sajjad is caught in chains. So from him, his dua, always say the best prayer and the best is astaghfirullah. Oh Allah, forgive me my sins, humbly, whispering prayers inside. You say, it's got Psalms, say the Sajjad that's given us. Dawood ka Zabur hai. Psalms means Zabur. Say, what is uh, Sajjad? Yeah. Psalms of Imam Sajjad. And you see how they've deceived the people. That it is very, very humble. Every day. And this is the best prayer. Astaghfar. 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 And say it with your heart and soul and and mean it. You are a gunegar. And humble yourself. Humble yourself. Go into sujood and say, oh God, thank you. Oh God, forgive you. Forgive me. I've sinned. I've sinned. I've sinned. For the sake of going to sajda, say Ar-Rahman Rahman. Duai Sabah. Duai Sabah. Go into sajda. You are such humble mu'mineen, mu'minat. dua. Imam Sajjad has given other duas, but I'll just show you from this dua sabah, right? No, 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 you'll be caught in this. You know, what shall I say? How shall I say it? And wouldn't the Shia say, Bewakuf, you are foolish? When there is the Safina of Al Bayt, when Allah told Nuh, make that ship, right? Save you. Then why are you swimming in the ocean to reach the other side? Why don't you take a boat, a ship? Oh, God. Look at this last part. Yeah, I'll just show you. We go into recited during Fajr time better, best. It's a morning prayer, supplication we have been given by our imams. Don't know which one, but you now, O all generous, I have stated my need, so do not reject me, despairing of your exalted gifts. O all generous, O all generous, O all generous. By your mercy, O most merciful of the merciful. May Allah bless the best of His creatures, Muhammad, and his entire household. Now you see here, prostrate and say in sajda, prostration, my God, my heart is veiled. My soul is deficient. My intelligence is defeated. Already the women's intelligence is off. My caprice is triumphant. This is humility, our humility, the great heights of humility. Shias are in the heights of humility because Imams have taught, this is a program, disciplining, humbling program. My disobedience is much, and my tongue confesses of sinning. So what am I to do? What am I to do? I'm helpless completely. Oh, he who covers defects, or just make me sinless. Why cover your defects? O he who knows the unseen, O he who removes troubles, forgive my sins, all of them. In the name of the sacredness of Muhammad and the household of Muhammad, O all forgiver, O all forgiver, O all forgiver, by your mercy, O most merciful of the merciful. This is in prostration. And this is what greatest humiliation. Program for humility. After having said the whole prayer, supplication, big one. In the end, prostrate and say in sajda. So you may think this is humble, this is your program. Imam is teaching you humility. But I do not. You can observe the witness without the struggle. So I'm here for the Muslims and those that you represent, Salahuddin, that I feel very, very sorry and saddened for. Because Saudi Arabia also, Iran, meting out these terrible punishments. I wish my voice would reach them and say, leave Islam, find better ways, facilitate, so that the person does not sin and does not even feel like a sinner anymore. You are one with God. You are divine. Claim your divinity. That's the reason why I'm doing this also. And when you don't see it. I mean, I'm thinking of all those Muslims, that it triggers a great distress in me, madness it triggered. So please see this. That's why I'm doing it. So that's why I showed these ayats. Now, there was a development. Who are the zalim? I also showed this. Surah Tawbah. Now, these zalims who believers, do not take your fathers, your brothers. Remember this time? This and Surah Tawbah 24. I'm not going to read the whole thing. If your fathers, tell them, O Prophet, if your fathers, your sons, your brothers, your wives, and the Shia say that that verse, that Ali, that verse was this is only their God uh, ref, kind of told him in that verse. Which verse? Ghadir Khum verse. Will Maula, Ali man kuntu Maula fahada Aliun Maula. Tell Surah Tawbah. Maybe my Arabic is wrong. Okay, I don't understand the Arabic. Maybe loosely put, like if you do not say this, you have not said anything. That verse in Surah Maida. O Prophet. And here again it comes. Tell them, O Prophet, if your fathers and your sons and your brothers and your wives and your tribe and the riches you have acquired and the commerce of which you fear are slackening and the dwellings that you love and this and that, what makes it more than, if they are more dearer or more than, you love more than Allah and His Messenger and striving in His cause, then wait until brings about His decree. Allah does not guide the evil doing folk. I mean, some of the Muslims, I can understand the terrorists. Like, I have to do this, but I'm doing it peacefully. Some of the terrorists will go out and say, we better kill. This is such an extremist case. Inko fasik keh raha hai. He's calling them fasik. 23 is calling them zalim. This is an extreme case. And this is nothing. They are not, it's not harming anyone. It's just taking your brothers, your fathers as your allies. And you, 24, like loving more than Allah and His Messenger and striving in His cause. Makes you a fasik. Makes one a fasik. Believers become fasik. So don't. Evil doing folk. You see, a level headed, that's why I could maybe, I could only admire the Britishers for their level headedness. So now we come to Surah Tawbah at 120. And there's something wrong with this ayat. It has been exported from somewhere else. You see? So I'll go in detail. I'm tired now. Salahuddin, thank you very much for being here. It's zalim, people. It's unjustifiable. But can you see it? And those you represent, Muslims you represent, can they see it? So we can help you all to come out of this. And don't do zulm on your nafs by making him, in Surah Azab again, if he's turned out to be a zalim. I've seen it in the Quran ayats. So Surah Azab ayat, which one is it? Which says that Prophet Muhammad is closer to the believers than their own selves. If you take him closer, this zalim of zalim, this tyrant, this terrorist, Surah Hashar ayats were enough. And then I had to go to, in the light of other ayats, to explain again and again that it is unjustifiable. He's made Allah a terrorist. And these Jews, Baduans, can you not see? Save yourselves. Do you think I'm only defending the Jews for nothing, like out of thin air? I'm crazy. I'm also trying to save the Muslims. So, and look at this. If they, providing a water for the pilgrim, maintaining of Masjid al-Haram is not equal, okay? It's not equal. One who believes in Allah, uh, it's not equal to the deeds of one who believes in Allah and the last day strives in the cause of Allah again. Jihad, 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 striving, striving, struggle, struggle, struggle. They are not equal in the sight of Allah, and now, and Allah does not guide the wrongdoing people. He's put them in the category of wrongdoing people. Zulm, zulm, zulm. Zalim on this. I mean, who in their right mind will accept such a thing? Come out of that thought. Come out of that mind, that satanic mind He's given you through His alter ego, Allah, Satan, demon, greatest devil. So that you may, you see here it says, if you observe Torah, gospel, sustenance would have been without struggle. So, but you can't observe without any struggle. Oh, oh yes, you can't observe. Now you see, Salahuddin, बेचारा ये इधर फंस गया है, इसको पकड़ के रखा है कि you can't observe the Torah, the gospel without struggle. यही तो आपको sorry, यही तो आपको बेवकूफ बना, deceive. He's a big deceiver. Do not, like in the Quran it says, do not let the big deceiver deceive you or beguile you about life here. देखें ये बड़ा डिसीवर था, इसको छोड़ दें, छोड़ दें, छोड़ दें. बड़ी बड़ी, sorry, I have to speak in Urdu when I'm very, very extremely disturbed. तो वो कौन सी आयत थी? Where was I going? Oh my God. I can't do this. I can't afford it because I have to save the Muslims. So where was I going? There was this ayat I was going to. He's a big deceiver. He's deceived you. So Surah Hashar ayats and so many. So if you do zulm on yourself, I forgot now. So observe with that. Surah Taha. There's no observing. What if I give you an observing? You don't have to hold on to any belief, anything. Do muji. Muji. Go to muji. You want Allah, right? You want to see Allah? In yourself. No one. Following no one, no authority, nothing. What will happen when you see Allah? Face to face with Allah. You can see it now. Without the hereafter judgment day. I mean the ayat, the Surah Medas. Oh yeah, oh yeah. No, you're right. You're saying that to observe these laws without, there has to be mind. You have a good answer because I want it from you. Be honest. Clarify. We have not sent down to you the Quran that you be distressed. لتشقى. But only as a reminder for those who fear Allah. A revelation from He who created the earth and highest heavens. The most merciful, above the throne established. To Him belongs whatever is in the heavens and what is to you also belongs whatever is in the heavens and whatever is in the earth. And it's between them and what is under the soil. What is the problem now? Duality, you see. Problem comes. That's why it's a distress. You have to struggle. If God and you were one, and if you realize that, then you can say that this Quran is really true, but it's not. You have to struggle, right, with these laws, because there's duality between you and God. And Imam Hussein had to struggle so much. And his women folk and his child he took, 3-year-old girl. That's so great. बेजा अकबर को सितम घरों में, that's so. And if you speak aloud, then indeed he knows the secret and what is even more hidden. There's duality. Allah, there is no deity except him, to him belongs the best names. Now has the just my tab just keeps falling here, slipping. Just kept it on my lap. Okay, now see this. जुल्म अपने आप पे जुल्म क्यों कर रहे हो? Beginning, this is violation. This is a violation against yourselves. The mind, time, Jiddu Krishnamurti also. I will put the name, Jiddu Krishnamurti. Read the ending of time. Imam Ali has said, even if it comes from a kafir, Jiddu Krishnamurti, good to learn from them and maybe even copied. Prophet Muhammad copied. So save yourselves like this, right? So this, I have to go out of it. And so it's enough, right? Salahuddin, may you see it. The day you change your pattern, you go beyond the mind. You don't have to get stuck in the mind. You will be, you told me last time or some time back, stay bliss. What does that mean? Stay in bliss. Now has the conditioning been peeled off, some of it at least, like peeling off an onion? So those Muslims you represent, Salahuddin, and the country you come from. And if an Irani also came here, I would be head banging with him. But okay, you also come here, very good. You don't give up, I'm also not going to give up. I might go insane at times. I have my mad bouts. Hopelessness, helplessness. But then I rise like a phoenix. So thank you so much for being here again and persevering. And may Saudi Arabia be free, your country be free of this religion. May you be free of this religion. If there is conditioning, hopefully peeling it off. So what layer are we on now? So that I can help Saudi Arabia, it would be such a great honor, greatest honor. And Iran, and all those Muslim countries and their people. Okay? Thank you so much, much grateful to you that you came back here against all odds and very brave, very courageous, but not regarding my condition, not having any care for my condition, although you haven't said much that would make me go insane and worry, too much about the people, your people, the people you represent, the Muslims, Momin you represent. so we can save them all and make them free. They can save themselves. I can just give guidelines here. And who am I to save? But in humanity, we are all one. So, with greatest humility, I am going to end this now and we'll come back again later when I have to. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. God bless you, your countries, your people, your families, your loved ones, much always.